Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the news briefing for July 16th. You may have heard about a power outage at the Monterey County Jail. We're going to get an update on that. We're very pleased to have Commander Andy Rosas from the Sheriff's Office here to talk about what is happening. Hi, Andy. Thanks very much for coming today.
Good morning, Maya. Yes, I'm actually here just to give a brief update on what's going on with the county jail. As you may have heard, there was an incident at the jail. Basically, what happened over the weekend, PG&E notified the Monterey County Sheriff's Office of an issue specifically dealing with the meter that services the Monterey County Jail. This particular issue that they needed to look into was going to result in the a pre-planned power shutoff to the jail facility. That pre-planned power shutoff was scheduled for yesterday's date, Tuesday, July 15th at 10 a.m. They did proceed with that shutoff, but during that shutoff, they discovered a power safety issue at the facility that was going to require that the power be shut off to the jail until such time that that power safety issue was going to be resolved. At this time, we do not have an estimated time as to when the power will be fully restored to the jail. We are operating on emergency generators that are operating as planned and are currently providing a limited power to the jail facility. One of the other key factors going on here is that currently all jail visitations are closed and the jail itself is closed to the public. This is basically in the best interest of safety for not only our incarcerated population, but also for our employees. So again, all jail visits are currently canceled. We are evaluating this daily to get to a point where we can get jail visitations back to a regular schedule. At this time, the latest update, we are still working with our county partners to restore full power to the jail facility and also evaluating the safety concerns that we have to try to get those jail visitations restored. In the meantime, one of the things that is being done is that we are making the tablet communication system that is available to our incarcerated population more accessible to them so that they can continue to communicate with family, friends, and loved ones if they are currently incarcerated in the county jail.
Andy, thank you very much for giving an update and just kind of a wrap up of what has occurred. A lot has happened in the last 24 hours there, but I think you made a point about safety. And I think what people want to know is everybody safe in the jail despite this outage situation?
Yes, operations are resuming. We have our staffing as we are required to have in the jail. Nothing is being impacted from a safety standpoint. We have everything operating. The key thing here is restoring full power. Because we're on generators, we are trying to restore full power to the jail and be able to resume normal operations as quickly as possible.
Thank you so much for giving us that update. I've got no questions that have come in from our press partners for this. So again, thank you for dropping in. I know it was on very short notice, but we're really appreciative of the update.
Absolutely.
All right. See you next time.
Take care.
Monterey County has hundreds of unsolved homicides, and it feels good when justice is found for both victims and families. There's a new weapon in this fight for justice, the Cold Case Project of Monterey County, which is collaborating with our district attorney's office Cold Case Task Force. We're going to talk about both of those. Very pleased to have Matt Leroux, who is an assistant district attorney and oversees or works with the task force, and Kern from the Cold Case Project of Monterey County. Thank you very much for being on the briefing to talk about this great effort. Who would like to start?
I would like to start, and I thank you so much for having us today, and to members of the press who have already covered our launch about 5 weeks ago. We want to extend our thanks. For those who may not be aware of what we do, we are a grant-making organization. So we support the law enforcement agencies throughout the county. And it is our hope that through being able to make grants for advanced forensic testing and technological advances, we can help create some new leads in cases that may have gone dormant. And so that's kind of our mission. And we're here to give you what we think is a very exciting update. As I said, we launched 5 weeks ago, but we are here today to let you know that we are making our first 3 grants here in Monterey County. 2 of those grants are going to be for unidentified human remains cases that are led by the Monterey County Sheriff's Office Coroner Department, and one will be on a Monterey County homicide. The UHR cases, as we call them, unidentified human remains cases, will be worked on by Othram, which is a private advanced forensic technology partner. And I'm going to ask Matt if he will go in and tell you a little bit about those 2 unidentified remains cases.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ann. So the first of these 2 cases is an unidentified male who was found deceased on March 20th, 2023, inside of a tent in Salinas. He was known by some people in the community to use the name of Luis Jimenez, but nobody knew his true name or his date of birth. Efforts to identify him by traditional means were unsuccessful. And the funding used in this case will be to pursue additional DNA testing to find out this gentleman's true identity. And the second case is going to be another unidentified male who was found deceased inside of a tent in Salinas on February 15th of 2024. This gentleman was burned as a result of a fire. According to his profile in the NamUs database, he was 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed 210 pounds.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. Many of you are aware, either because you covered the story or you may have read about the story, but we did have a recent solve of an unidentified human remain case here in Monterey County. Mr. Jeffrey Holliger was about 36 years old when he went missing. There was an extensive search, but unfortunately, he was not discovered for another 24 years, which was in 2021. When he came to us, he was not in the NamUs, the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System. And so that really started the investigation fresh. It was the DA's Monterey County Cold Case Task Force and Othram that worked to process DNA and genealogy to help bring closure to that case. And we are hoping that the fact that we were able to put a name to this victim has brought some peace, not only to his family, but to our community. It's really essential when we get unidentified human remains that we do find out who these people are. There are a portion of those cases where foul play was involved, and we need to know whether those cases need to be further investigated or not. And so it is one of the missions for the Cold Case Project to look into these cases and try to fund the testing that is necessary to really put literally a name with the remains. We have kind of a sense of urgency because we do have quite a long list of cases that we would like to work on. And we know how important the new technology is to breathing life into these cases and giving us much more information than we could have had even 10 years ago. So right now, we are partially funding these cases that we talked about today. And we're doing that as we continue to build our donor base and to establish ourselves in the community. To expand our impact, we have established a cold case Project of Monterey County Fund at the Community Foundation for Monterey County. And we have just issued a press release to all of you regarding the granting of these 3 cases, our first 3 cases. If for any reason you did not receive it and would like to, please feel free to call me directly at 831-241-0381, 831-241-0381. We thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you today, to let you know of our progress. We're really excited about it. We're excited about the community's response. And we know that together we can give voice to the voiceless. So thank you so much for today.
And thank you so much for walking us through this. And I also think it's really important for people to understand this is a volunteer work that you're doing. You know, you hear about grantors and you hear about people who work grants, but this is really from the heart what you're doing.
Correct. And we're very fortunate. We have a very dedicated and talented board. We're all volunteers at the Cold Case Project of Monterey County. And I have to say, I'm also very fortunate because I am a volunteer on the DA's Monterey County Cold Case Task Force as well.
And Matt, that was the next question was, I was hoping you might talk a little bit about how the DA's Cold Case Task Force works with an organization like Cold Case Project to help further this search for, you know, a resolution.
Absolutely. So as part of the Monterey County DA's Office Cold Case Task Force, we have been in search of additional funding for cases that we have been working on. We were lucky enough in 2022 to receive a large federal grant for DNA testing on these cases. And over the last few years, we have managed to spend all of it. And so now we are pursuing additional funding opportunities, and this is one way that we can make sure that the work that we're doing on our existing cases can continue and that we can pursue additional cases that we have in our pipeline and make sure that we don't turn down any case because we don't have the money to pursue viable investigative leads.
And I was hoping both of you might talk about talking with the people left behind with some of these mysteries. I think, you know, people may come to you and say, what is the status of my loved one's case or my friend's case? That's really hard to answer when you want to support them, but you just don't have anything to tell them. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about maybe the warmth and compassion that you are able to offer these friends and loved ones.
Certainly, it's a tough balance. There are times when you have answers and they're not answers that people necessarily want to hear, which is that there are not updates or that we're not any closer. And there are times when you're able to give them good updates or positive updates that we're closer than we were the last time you talked to them. Oftentimes they just want to listen and be heard and know that someone cares and that someone is actually going to look into it and not just say, thank you, I hear you, and never pick up the file and look at it again. So what we do, and what I'm very proud to be able to say that we do, is we will hear from people and we will follow up. We will talk to the investigating agency. We will see if they have anyone assigned to the case. If they don't and they're not able to assign someone, we will ask if they will allow us to look at it. And we will see what, if anything, there is still to do on the case and how we can help. Our goal is always to assist the agency in whatever capacity they need us or would like us to assist. And we're happy to do that in any case where we can help.
And then one question here, if someone had information that they'd like to share, if someone has a tip that they'd like to share, what's the best way to do that?
They can go ahead and contact our chief investigator at the Monterey County District Attorney's Office. His name is Ryan McGurk, and I can get his email in just 1 second.
And I'm also I think there's a general email into the district attorney's office as well. But we can provide that.
Oh, great, thank you.
So the best thing to do would be to contact the district attorney's office, let people know that you may have something that could be of use. And you guys know what to do with that. They'll get them to the right person.
To the right agency, the right person, and we'll get them in touch with whoever they need to be in touch with.
Yep. Right. And then Anne, any last words you'd like to share about the Cold Case Project?
We're just, it was born out of a little bit of necessity in light of the fact that federal funding was no longer available. But we are really excited to be able to do this work. And we're finally at a place where technology is such where it really is giving us some places to go with the information. It still takes good old detective work and committed detectives to really do this kind of work. And of course, that includes the attorneys who work on the case. I mean, it is definitely a team effort. But the new technology is such where we just are able to do so much more testing and get such better information. We don't have to use up all of the testing material, which is good in most cases, because that used to be an issue where you'd have to burn the entire sample. So much has happened. And so when people wonder why it's taken so long, really technology has evolved and has allowed us to evolve with it, if you will. And so that's why we're here, to make sure we can really, in Monterey County, avail ourselves to these technologies and see if we can't move the timeline on some of these cold cases to closure.
Thank you both for talking about this. This is just really important. And I know it's going to mean a lot as you work through these cases. It's going to mean a lot to people who have been wondering, about their loved one for so long. Really appreciate you both being here today.
Thank you so much.
Well, if you are ever heard about Double Up Food Bucks, we are going to share more about that today. It is a great way to maximize eating healthier and eating healthy foods. So we're very pleased to have Yasmine Elsherbini, which I believe I have said completely wrong. She is with the Community Health and Wellness at Aspire Health, and Hester Parker, who's with Everyone's Harvest. Hester and Yasmine are going to talk about these Double Up Food Bucks and also how to use them at our local farmers market. Ladies, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having us. Hopefully you can see my screen.
I
I do
do.
have a small visual aid. Wonderful.
And then make it bigger so we don't see your preview, so that we can get the full picture.
Oh, okay, let's see. It's showing as it's one of those things where I just need to swap the view.
Yep.
And
Reading.
forgetting how
slideshow.
Reading.
Yeah, so reading.
I think reading view is the one you want.
Which
Other side.
this side. Nope.
Nope.
So I see it in the big view on my other.
We'll just go with what you had.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Now it's there we go. How about that?
There you go.
So
We love
sorry.
technology.
We love technology. Okay, now I want to make sure I'm able to advance it. Oh no. Oh no.
You know what? Why don't you start? You want to start again?
Let me here we go. From the beginning. But I want to make sure I can advance, and for some reason I'm feeling like I can't advance now in this weird view that I have. Let me stop share and start again. So sorry, everyone. I appreciate the patience.
That'll teach me to be helpful.
No. Let's see. Let's start over. All right. And yeah, everything is completely frozen. I'm so sorry. Let's try one more time. How about that?
Perfect.
And for some reason, I still can't advance.
So, Hester, can you share by any chance?
Let me pull it up one more time. I'm so sorry.
I can pull it up in the meantime too.
No, I got it. Okay. Let's try this again. And share.
Let's go with it.
Let's go with it. Okay,
Yay.
Thanks everyone. Building anticipation for this incredible program. Okay, so my name's Yasmine Elsherbini. I'm the Director of Community Health and Wellness with Aspire Health. I really appreciate the time on the agenda today to tell you about this incredible program, which is called Double Up Food Bucks. Some of you might know food insecurity in Monterey County is higher than the national average according to our 2022 Community Health Needs Assessment. So over 40% of our Monterey County members are food insecure, which means they've reported to have run out of food in the past year. They've been worried about running out of food in the past year. And additionally, 28% of our community find it difficult to find and access fresh fruits and vegetables. So to address this issue, we have Aspire Health and Blue Zones Project Monterey County partnered together to bring Double Up Food Bucks to Monterey for the first time. It is a national program, but Double Up Food Bucks Monterey County was brought by Aspire Health and Blue Zones Project Monterey with funding in part by the California Department of Food and Agriculture and USDA's National Institute for Food and Agriculture. So let me see if I can advance those slides. Perfect. So what that means is this nutrition incentive program allows our community to better get affordable fresh fruits and vegetables through this program that's designed to help support, as you said, healthy eating, access to fruits and vegetables, and nutrition, which we know supports our health. So here's how it works. A shopper with an EBT card will go to a participating local grocery store in Monterey County. We currently have stores in Salinas and South County. And those shoppers will look in the store for produce identifiers that have the Double Up Food Bucks logo, which you see on the slide, and it indicates which produce item is California grown and therefore qualifies for the discount. And so when that shopper picks out their fruits and vegetables with that Double Up logo nearby, then they will take that to the cash register. They'll check out and use their EBT card as a payment, and all of those California grown items will receive a discount. So it's really helping community members stretch their funds further, as you said, maximize their dollars, but also maximize the amount of fresh fruits and vegetables they can get by offering that discount. And the great news is that from now until August, our participating stores are offering a 75% discount on their California grown fresh fruits and vegetables, and a shopper can receive up to $20 in discounts a day. Normally our discount is 50%. So encourage all of our community members to go into those participating stores who have an EBT card and use that EBT card in order to get that discount. Summer EBT cards do qualify in addition to the traditional EBT cards. Here is where our stores are located. So if you're wondering where you can shop, you can look for the Double Up discount in these participating stores. So we're in Salinas, we're in South County. And again, this is a win for shoppers because they're able to get fruits and vegetables, support their health. And it's not only a win for shoppers though, it's a win for our farmers. It's a win for our grocery stores. We're improving access to the California grown produce. It's making these produce available and affordable for low-income households. We're helping to boost our economy by having shoppers go to our grocery stores and shop local. And then we're also supporting our California farmers through this discount as well. So incredible program that I would love community members to get engaged with, again, especially for our CalFresh EBT card holders. And the great news is that this program is not the only way that our community members can help boost their food security. There's another program called Through Everyone's Harvest. I'll let Hester talk about it. And Hester Parker is the executive director. So I'll let Hester take over from here and share more. So in addition to Double Up, you can get more information at doubleupca.org. And you can also participate in the program that Hester is about to talk about. So thanks so much. Hester, over to you.
Thanks, Yasmine. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now. Hopefully it'll work better. Can you all see my screen?
Sure can.
Yeah. Great. Okay. So as Yasmine said, Everyone's Harvest is a local nonprofit that runs community food programs and also certified farmers markets. And we run a parallel program to Double Up Food Bucks called Market Match. And you may have heard of this program before. It's not only, we're the only operators of Market Match in Monterey County, but it is also available in other counties in California. And again, I'm the executive director of Everyone's Harvest. Our mission is to provide access to healthy, affordable fruits and vegetables through certified farmers markets and community food programs. And one of those community food programs is Market Match. And that program, the way it works is you go to the farmers market. I'll show all the different farmers markets where it's available. You bring your card. You can also, it's also eligible with Sunbucks. You swipe the card at the market and we give you tokens. And those tokens, so you take out tokens on your card and say you have $5 on your card, you get $5 in tokens to go buy eligible items at the market. And we give you extra money on top of that through Market Match. And I'm going to show you the breakdown. So the way Market Match works is for every dollar that a person spends on their CalFresh benefit card, you may also know it as SNAP or food stamps, they'll get $1.50 more to buy fruits and vegetables at the market. So for instance, if they spend, and we do round up, so we don't give them 50 cents, we give them $1 more. So for instance, if they spend $5 on their card, we match it with $8. So they get a total of $13 to buy fruits and vegetables and eligible CalFresh items. If they spend $15, we match with 23 more for a total of 38. And for instance, with $20, we match an additional 30 for a total of $50. And the max we do daily is for $30 on the card. So if somebody takes out $30 on their card, they will get an extra 45, so $75 worth to go buy anything they want in the market. And these tokens, they never expire. So you can come back a year from now and they're still good. And so that's another important thing to remind everyone is all this money is going back to the farmers who are providing all this wonderful local fruits and vegetables at the markets. And these are the items that people can use to the items that you can buy with your CalFresh benefits. All of these items, so teas and baked goods, hummus, salsa, items that you can take home to prepare, honey, eggs, fruits and vegetables, meat and seafood, dairy, sliced fruit, and then the Market Match tokens, the larger tokens, which are just for fruits and vegetables, which are the match tokens. So for instance, you get $30 of the smaller tokens, and then you get an extra $45 with the larger tokens that are only good for fruits and vegetables. And these are all available at 7 different farmers markets. So we run 6 markets in Monterey County, and we also have a partnership with a market in Castroville, the North County Certified Farmers Market. So those 7 markets on this slide are all where you can use Market Match in the county. So the Alisal market, which is in East Salinas, and the Salinas Valley Health Market, those are both seasonal markets. Everyone's Harvest are year-round markets, are Marina, Pacific Grove, and Seaside, and the Natividad Medical Center, which is actually happening today. And here is just the breakdown of the days of the week that these markets are open. So on Mondays, Pacific Grove is open in the evening from 3 to 7. Tuesdays, Alisal is open at the WIC office in East Salinas, and that's from 11 to 4. Wednesdays, Natividad Medical Center, again, that's open today. It's open from 10 to 2:30, and it's actually open year round now. It used to be a seasonal market. And then Thursdays, we have the Seaside Market, which is an Everyone's Harvest Market that's open from 3 to 7. And then in Castroville, it's open from 2 to 7. And finally, on Fridays, Salinas Valley Health is open seasonally from mid-May to November, and it's open from 11:30 to 4:30. And then Marina, it's on Sundays, and that's open year-round from 10 to 2. And if you have any questions about Market Match, this program, or any of our other programs, you can access information on our website, which is www.everyonesharvest.org, or you can send an email to info@everyonesharvest.org, or call our number. Our office number is area code 831-384-6961. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Boy, Hester and Yasmine, thank you for walking us through these incredible programs. I know people who are on a limited budget often think that fresh foods are more expensive, or they feel they can't afford them, or they have to look for cheaper food. I think what these programs are doing is really breaking a barrier down, not only, financially, but in their, people can say, I can afford this. I can afford to eat, make healthier choices.
Yep, that's the goal. And then it's going all back to the farmers in the community, which is it's a win-win situation. I don't know if you want me to, should I put my slides in the chat for people to have access to later? I wasn't sure about that. I can do that.
I'm going to send them out later to our media partners.
Okay.
I'm hoping you could talk a little bit about the fact that this is for California. A lot of this is for California fruits and vegetables, and at farmers markets, these are pretty local guys. So it sounds like you've really got the California growers really stepping up and getting behind this idea. We all want to eat local. It's less food in transit. It's fresher when it comes to the table. Talk a little bit about the support that you're getting.
Yeah, I can speak for the Double Up Food Bucks side. So as I mentioned, it's a triple win, right? So it's not only supporting our community members and helping stretch their dollar with the discount, but it's also supporting the grocery stores and the farmers who are, wanting to participate in this program. So absolutely, we have partnerships, as I said, in Salinas and South County with our grocery stores, but the growers as well. The grocers and produce managers are working with our local growers to help make sure that they have California grown produce in their stores, so that way their shoppers can get this discount. So it's a beautiful partnership across all of our different organizations to support each other, especially when agriculture is such a huge part of our community. And we have growers that we're working with and planning to work with, down the street in Watsonville, who want to become part of our Double Up Food Bucks program. And it's a beautiful program. We're really excited that we get to offer this to our community and hopefully continue to expand in other stores as well. Hester, did you want to add anything?
Yes, I would like to add just our funding sources, because we do have very generous funders who have provided the means for us to provide this match. And the largest funder, well, the Market Match program is a California-wide program, and that is funded in part through the California Department of Food and Agriculture and a USDA grant through the National Institute of Food and Agriculture. And that grant is actually awarded to the Ecology Center up in Berkeley, and they administer the program for all of their partners throughout California. And we are the partner here in Monterey County. I'd also like to say that our additional match, so that matches the first $15 of each transaction, each EBT transaction, but we have been able to increase it. We used to have just a dollar for dollar match up to $30 a day. Now it's $1 to $1.50 match to dollar. So, and that we have been allowed to do that through generous funding from the Kaiser Permanente Foundation, the Community Foundation of Monterey County, a small grant from them, the City of Salinas Prevention and Wellness grant program. They gave us a generous grant, the Sierra Club, and the Yellow Brick Road Benefit Shop. So that's how we've been able to create these extra incentives for people to be able to shop affordably at the markets.
That you are so fortunate to have that kind of support. And it's just really great to see this information getting out, and that people can see what their options are, and that there are more of them. They're not as limited as they might think that they are. Ladies, thank you so much for being here and talking about these fantastic programs. We just, fingers crossed, we hope that you'll have a run on those Market Match tokens and Double Up Bucks.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Thank you so much
everyone
for having us.
Thanks everyone for joining us on the news briefing this week. Our next briefing is next week. We'll see you then.